Navigating the complexities of a small business can be incredibly challenging, but if you know what to focus on, then things can become a lot more manageable. There's really five essential or fundamental pillars in a business that any business owner can focus on. And every single pillar has a key performance indicator that you can look at and tweak if necessary to see where you need to focus your energy and how to improve the performance of your business overall. The first one is going to be sales. Sales is probably the most important one because, as you know, without sales, there is no business. The first key performance indicator in your sales pillar is going to be revenue or your top line. How much are you bringing in through the door by generating sales? That's going to be your key performance indicator. You have targets, or you need to set targets to make sure that you're hitting those targets. And if you're not, then that is an indicator that somewhere something needs to change. The second one is going to be sales growth under your sales pillar. Your revenue might be really healthy, but if you're not growing, then you're not going to have that much increase in your business and your business may stagnate. So you want to look at how much are you growing month over month. The third one is your conversion ratio. So if you're having a lot of lead generation and bringing a lot of appointments or doing a lot of sales calls, but not converting to customers, then that is going to be a problem. So you want to look at the number of people coming in through the door versus the number of customers that are being converted from those leads. The second pillar in any business is marketing. Now, marketing has a lot of levers and dials that you can turn to tweak things around as you need them, which is, again, a great thing about this. The first thing you want to look at under marketing is your customer acquisition cost, which means how much money are you spending to acquire a new customer. For example, if you're spending $10,000 in marketing and you have 10 customers that month, that means you've spent $1,000 in acquiring each customer. You want to compare that number to the average in your industry to see how you're stacking up to either your competition or businesses that are similar to yours. The next one is going to be your return on ad spend, or ROAS. What that is how much revenue are you generating for every dollar that you've spent in marketing. Again, this is a great key performance indicator because it will show you if you need to spend more money to bring revenue in, or if you're spending too much money to bring revenue in, and you can adjust based on that. The third pillar is operations. Now, operations is significantly different for different types of businesses, so it might not apply to you, but in general, you want to look at your operational efficiency. And that basically is measuring the ratio of the input versus the output of your business. So if you're a manufacturing facility, how much raw materials are you putting in the business to produce the outcome or the final product that your business is going to sell? Again, like I said, it's going to depend on the different industries. So if this does not apply to you, that's no problem. The next one is going to be delivery on time ratio. So out of the products that you ship or out of the products that you are delivering to your customer, how many of those products are reaching on time? If you're in a service-based industry, you want to look at, are your projects being completed on time? If that is not where you want it to be, then you might have to tweak that number to make sure that you're having operational efficiency. And of course, the last one is going to be defect rate, which means that the products that you're shipping, how many of those products are actually defective? If you're in the service-based industry, you want to look at, out of the services that you're providing, how many of those are coming back, or how many of those you're going to have to redo. That's another one. The fourth pillar is going to be finance. This is, again, a very important pillar in a business. And I can tell you that a lot of businesses fail because they don't look at their finance numbers very closely. So you want to pay attention to this. One of the key performance indicators is going to be cash flow. Now, a lot of people think that it is margins or profits that's going to determine the health of your business, but I would want to say that cash flow is probably king. And the reason for that is because you might be a profitable company, but if you don't have healthy cash flow, then you could run out of cash and really struggle to pay the bills for your business. So you want to look at how much cash are you generating over a period of time and consecutively measure that to make sure that you're not getting tight on the cash that's coming in. The second one is the net profit margin, which is, again, what most people are looking at when they're looking at their books. And that's, again, a very important one. And what that basically is that after you subtract all the costs in your business, how much money is your business generating. Of course, this is what's going to determine your income as an owner, so it's obviously one of the most important numbers that an owner looks at. The third one is going to be debt to equity ratio. This one is not a very common one and not a lot of owners look at it. But I think it's an important one because it gives you an indication of how leveraged your company is. A higher debt to equity ratio is going to indicate if your company is overburdened. On the other hand, if you have a lower debt to equity ratio, that means that you have a lot more leverage or a lot more cash in your business that you can leverage to expand and have more growth in your business. The fifth and final one is planning. Now, I decided to keep this last, although planning is probably the first thing that you want to look at in your business, but I decided to keep it last because this is the one that you can do after you've looked at all the other four pillars of a business and then plan accordingly based on the key performance indicators that you've seen for the past four ones. In planning, you want to look at your growth targets. So what is the target that you've set for your year-on-year growth and making sure that you're hitting those targets? And if the numbers are off, then you might have to tweak all the other pillars that we talked about. You also want to do your competitor benchmarking. So you want to look at other competitors and see how they're performing in the market to stack yourself against them to see if you're doing better, worse, the same, or if you need any place of improvement there. If you're in a franchise, you're going to have a lot of data available from your fellow franchisees that you can look at and see where you stack up given their performance in the market as well. And then the last one is going to be your year-to-year net income analysis. So every year, if you've set a target of that many percentage in net income, are you achieving that target? If your net income for last year was higher and this year is lower, that means there is some issue with your operational efficiency, and you can go back and look at that. So really quickly, these are the key performance indicators that you want to look at when you're thinking about tweaking things in your business or when you don't know where to focus on when things aren't going right. These key performance indicators can be put into a matrix as well, and you can have a rating system for each one of these pillars and each one of the KPIs under those pillars to see what that number is, from example 1 to 5, to give yourself a rating for that pillar or for that key performance indicator, and then making sure that you're focusing on the ones that you need to focus on in order to steer your business in the right direction. So I hope you found this valuable. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe so that every time we release a new video, which is all about business, you'll be the first one to know.